We are set for the NFL playoffs on EA Sports, and we are in the heart of Texas at sold-out NRG Stadium in Houston. Straight ahead, we pull the curtain on the postseason with an AFC wildcard matchup between the Portland Snowhawks and the Houston Texans. What twists and turns will January have in store for us? The NFL playoffs are officially underway. Fairly short kick taken at the 14 here. And he nearly broke that for more, but as it is, they'll start this drive at about the 37-yard line.
At their own 37-yard line.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. And he'll give it here to his running back. He'll wind up getting a yard on the game's first play at 2nd down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
And to give this time to the tailback. Try to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. No gain on the play there, so that doesn't help. Now they're looking up at a 3rd and 9 situation. So trouble already here on their opening drive. This is 3rd and 9. They'll fake the handoff. Now Goff. The ball popped in the air and intercepted. Picked off at the 40. And he'll return this one just shy of midfield to the 49. Certainly not how they envisioned ending their opening drive here in the first quarter.
Too many ones in this play. First quarter, first drive, first interception thrown.
And that last one, that hurts. Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10. Just shy of midfield at the 49. Throwing to start the drive. Clifford, the first catch of the game for George Kittle. Touchdown, Houston. George Kittle, 51 yards. As his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Things could just not have started any better for them. They get the turnover, the football right away, able to capitalize on offense for 6.
And we're talking about setting a tone in any game, right? The first points of a ball game. How about during the playoffs? Vitally important, and they've done that in this one.
After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. Fairly short kick taken at the 14 here. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. They've been a come-from-behind team all year. They'll need to do it again as they trail early in this wild card game. Boy, nowhere to go at all on that first down run as they will get to him behind the line of scrimmage. Plays like we just saw there, that's why they're up right now. And the defense, they're doing their job.
Yeah, it starts with the guys up front. So when you talk with GMs who are putting together a team, a lot of them say we're going to build from the inside out, because if you control the line of scrimmage, you control the rest of the ball game, and that's what we're seeing here. They're actually playing in the offense's backfield, not necessarily just playing at the line of scrimmage.
The second down play, not much better than the first, just a gain of 1 there. The Texans here on 3rd down, putting an extra defender in the secondary. A shotgun snap for Goff. And it's complete. Hooper. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. That one good for 24 yards.
Partners, a lot of fun watching the NFL now, isn't it? Because when the big fella runs routes, it used to be when we were kids, he'd run about 3 different routes, and that was it. Now he can run anything and catch the balls we just saw there.
Bradley Roby, the cornerback, there to make the stop.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5.
I'm going to come back to you. I'm going to come back to you.
Here's Goff. That's taken in, complete to Reynolds.
All day, baby. Get nowhere. Going nowhere.
2-yard gain on the play. And it's 3rd down.
44, Mike, 44. Check me out.
They'll try to run for it with Howard. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. They pick up 12 on the play, and the chains move.
Check.
First down.
Now a handoff here to his running back. Give him 3 on 1st down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Now they'll run it on the toss. And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. Give him a loss of 6 yards, and it brings up 3rd down.
I know when I was a kid, I always got real excited when I saw those lateral-type runs. But the best backs that made it happen, they put a foot in the ground and just go. That didn't happen there. That play got swallowed up.
3rd and long. It's gone. And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And he will be very close to a 1st down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down. And no signs of the field goal unit. They're going for it on 4th down. On the keeper, here's Goff. And he'll be touched out here, but not before he does pick up the 1st. They only needed a few inches, and they didn't get much more than that, but by about the width of a shoelace, they convert on 4th down.
We go tonight. 180.
Watch the curl.
On 1st down, they run with Howard. And they'll lose yardage here. They go backwards to the 13-yard line. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's 2nd down. They blitzed there, but to be honest, I don't know if it would have mattered had they blitzed or not. That run play was going nowhere.
Man, it's really, really difficult at times to figure out where that defense is coming from. But if you're committed to running the football, you can get people up on those linebackers, right? Those guards don't have to block in with the line of scrimmage. They get up to the 2nd level and create some space. But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
Throwing on 3rd, Goff. He rifles one that's intercepted. Reuben Foster picks it. And it's a good return here as he'll get all the way up close to the 35. Oh, no doubt a very disappointing end to what was a pretty strong opening drive.
They had 3 points in their back pocket. It was there for them. If you don't like what you see, just throw it away. Make sure you get those points on the board. Don't get too greedy. He forced it there. You saw the end result.
This is Jones. And he'll rumble for about 5, up close to the 40.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
Pilot, 64, weak. Roll out.
On 2nd down now, it's Jones. And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line. 7 yards there and a 1st down.
Boy, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral. Also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
Let's go now. 50, plant.
Hey, pick your game up.
Bravo.
Hey, one set. Check Mike 54. Mike 54. Hey, here we go.
On first down, Clifford. And he hits the tight end. It's Davis. And down he goes at the 49, a 3-yard pickup. The completion good for 3, and it's second down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports.
Set. 30 base.
I got it. Watch tight end. Watch tight end. Tight right. Tight right. Go.
Off the bootleg, Clifford. He's got the hook up to Odell Beckham. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. His first catch of this wild card game, and it's good for a first down.
It's a game of matchups, and that's why you take your receivers and move them around a bunch, especially your best guys. And when they work out of the slot, you often hear the coaches talk about how great it is because it gives you a two-way go. You can break out or you can break in. That makes it hard to defend.
So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive.
Hey, rock fight.
Off the play fake, Clifford. He'll find Taylor. That's complete. That's good for a Texan first down, a 12-yard pickup.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down, executed it to perfection.
6-6, pull it high. Deep river.
They get 14 on that one. Good for a Houston first down. This drive, it's been a good mix. 3 passing plays, 3 runs, hitting on all 3 of those passes, and the last one putting him in the red zone.
So wouldn't you think play action right here? Because you've got the ability and had the ability to run it and throw it. Go play action and take your shot at the end zone.
Switch up. Switch. Joker.
Blue draw corkers.
Slam. Check 52.
Shoot.
The former Purdue Boilermaker, Raheem Mostert. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down.
That's a strong pickup right there on first down. And as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
The last run got 9. That leaves him with 2nd and a yard.
Come on, let's go. Hatchet.
Recon, 132 fighter.
Under crunch. Check 9.
Hey.
Wide motion. Check 52 the most.
61, matchbox lights.
And watch the lane.
Hey, high 7. Ready.
2nd and 1. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
One man in the backfield. That's Jones. This will be play number 8 here on the drive. It's 3rd and a yard.
Score.
Kill.
Hey, Sam off. Hit it.
They'll try and run for it with Jones. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 9. Nothing doing on 2nd and 3rd down after that 9-yard gain on 1st.
They tried to run right into the teeth of the defense on 3rd down, but looked like those teeth were pretty sharp.
They were having absolutely none of it. Stuffed him for a loss.
Yeah, couldn't get any leverage up front and move people aside in order to run the ball.
That drive took him inside the 10. Good job defensively to hold him to 3.
Yeah, I like how you did that. Give a little tip of the cap to the stop troops there because they didn't give up a touchdown in that situation, right? Made them kick the field goal. And, yeah, points went against them, but that feels a whole lot better running off the field.
At their own 34-yard line.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And it's been a miserable start for them offensively, obviously. 2 drives, 2 interceptions.
And this is where you have to know your quarterback and know how you actually have to reach him. Do you do it with a little bit of humor? Maybe you break the ice a little bit like, hey, didn't we practice in that colored jersey all week, not the one that you're throwing it to? Or maybe you have to be stern with him. But whatever it's going to take to get the message, it has to be done. He's putting the game in jeopardy.
Running game working. They'll stick with it on first down. Not much there. Maybe a couple as he's taken down at the 40.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
On second down, here's a run with Singletary. And he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5.
Frustrating for a defense, energizing for an offense. Finding a way to create that type of yardage in your running game, that'll make the guys carrying the ball very, very happy.
And he's able to find Diggs. And they're able to get this one past the 30 to the 25-yard line.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Now they try the right side here. And give him about 3 as he gets it down to the 22-yard line.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on second down.
Let's go, defense. Let's get off the field, defense.
From the 22, Goff. That's into the hands of Reynolds. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up 3rd down. And this offense on 3rd down today, they've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This will be 3rd and 5. Here's Goff. Aguilar has it. And he'll be brought down with the 1st down and a late flag here, too. And he may get a few more tacked on for good measure. So now then the penalty's got him set up with a 1st and goal. A good run of 6 yards there. Gets him closer to the goal line with 2nd down coming up.
A lot can go wrong when you call a play like this down in the red zone, but that's where you appreciate this from your head coach. He's not afraid to trust his guys to do the right thing, and as a player, that means an awful lot.
Here's Martin, and he is into the end zone for a touchdown. Doug Martin taking it in as they are now on the board here in the 1st half. And when the smaller guy can't power it across the goal line, Charles, sometimes you need to go with a fullback. They did. It worked.
What's that thing about force and mass? How's that?
Oh, yeah. Force equals mass times acceleration.
Oh, that's big-time stuff. That's from the same guy the apple dropped on his head, right?
That'll be taken in the end zone. And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
That's good for 21 yards and a 1st down.
Good, strong, explosive run that started inside, which means you've got to control those defensive linemen, the defensive tackles, the nose guards. Those guys have to be controlled. How about the offensive line, the job they just did?
Yeah, key that A-gap usually on those runs, right?
That's where it all starts because everyone wants to kind of control that area. It disrupts things from the defensive side and the offensive side. As we just saw, it opens up possibilities.
Back to throw. Clifford. He finds his target, Beckham. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime.
52. 52. Rabbit. Hey, watch this.
General West. Hey, box trot.
52, Mike, 52. Let's get the ball.
Get it.
Operating from the gun. Clifford. He's going to look for Beckham in the end zone. And that is caught. Touchdown, Texans. Odell Beckham, 42 yards. And the Texans push further out in front. And he's a little bit on the shorter side as a receiver. Maybe sometimes for the defense, tough to find the little guys, right?
Yeah, sometimes they get lost in the traffic, but usually what it means is that rather than just winning with height or even speed, they use their quickness to find a way to get open.
Well, tall, short, wide, skinny, whatever, there it results in a touchdown. Fairly short kick, taking it to 14 here. And they'll have good starting field position as he's up just shy of the 40.
At their own 39-yard line.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. I guess they have to feel a little gratified to at least get on the board last time, but still work to do.
No doubt about it. I wonder now if they're going to try to increase the urgency a little bit, maybe pump up the pace, maybe go 2-minute. Who knows? Let's see what they decide to do.
Well, first down screen pass, good for 5. 2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down. Now a handoff looking right. And he's going to take this one up only to about the 44-yard line. They follow up the gain of 5 by only getting 1 there on 2nd down.
Whenever we talk about the best strong safeties, one word constantly comes up, and that's instincts. Being able to diagnose run or pass and make the appropriate moves.
He crashed down hard there. He was ready for that running play. And finding the tight end Hooper. Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. And he's going to be taken down with another first down as the stop's made at the Texans' 33. Goff now 9 of 11 passing in this first half. He's got his guys at 1st and 10. Out of the gun, Goff. And he's going to be taken down. Goff is sacked. D. Ford. Credit him with a sack as he buries him for a loss of 10. And the job becomes twice as difficult now. After the sack, it's 2nd and 20. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. Now another timeout called for by the offense as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in this first half of action. On 1st and 10, Goff. Flush to his right. And he's taken down, trying to do a little too much, getting outside of the pocket, and it results in a sack. They'll come up after the sack on a 2nd and 12. Goff now looking to throw. And that will be incomplete. 4 ticks left here on the clock. So with 4 seconds to go in the half, here's the field goal unit onto the field. From the right hash, this from an even 40 yards out. Badgley's kick is good. So we're at halftime of this AFC Wildcard matchup. As we'll get you over to Orlando, where standing by is Jonathan Coachman. He has our EA Sports halftime report. Both teams try to avoid being one and done in these playoffs as we start the second half of this AFC Wildcard game. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no thought to bring this one out. He'll just go down to a knee, and he'll take over at the 25. Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had the ability to see what you've done, they're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ball game.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show them one thing, hit them with something else.
They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31.
Coming, baby. I'm coming, baby. Woo!
2nd and 4. And it's caught. Beckham. And he'll be upended at the 33 following a gain of 3. And guess what? It brings up 3rd down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Gator. Protein spill.
Check 24. Check 24. Check.
Tight go hard. Hard.
On 3rd down, here's Jones. And, boy, he is very close to a 1st down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat. And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is at well over 300 pounds. He's a big man. Officially, that'll be marked down as just a 28-yard punt. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half 2.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second half?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off to a quick start.
There you go. Switch.
Ric Flair.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Goff. It's complete. Doug Martin. And a 5-yard gain gets him to the 42.
And the big guy catches the ball out of the backfield, and oftentimes it's quite a surprise to the guys playing defense because not ordinarily thought as a pass catcher, it often works when they decide to dial it up.
And now the Texans are going to stop it as they signal for a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter. They had the catch on 2nd down, but it didn't help at all, and now they're looking at 3rd down here. From the gun, here's Goff. Going down the middle, and it's complete. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. Well, they were in search of a short gain on 3rd down, and they wind up nabbing over 20 yards. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair.
It's interesting going into this game. There was so much talk from both sides about who would control the line of scrimmage. I think we've seen who has it in this one so far.
Well, they bottled him up. He's barely averaging over 3 yards a carry right now.
Let's put him on the buses. Let's put that team on the bus.
On 2nd and 12, Goff. He'll let this go for the end zone. And it's intercepted at the goal line. It's the former Patriot Devin McCourty. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Oh, timing is everything on a route like this. He tried to drive that football into a tight spot. And if you're a little early or a little late, chances are there's going to be someone there. And sure enough, this one's going the other way.
Hey, Delta. Hustle. Fire.
On 1st and 10, Clifford. It's caught by OBJ. And he's going to get 7 out of this before being taken down at the 27. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. Operating from the 27 now. Here's 2nd and 3.
Pilot, 64, reach.
Check 43.
Fair. Deep grip.
Jones. And an alley to run. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. A pickup of 11 and a Texans first down. Good push up front and that run in between the tackles.
Let's play the leverage game here. Offensive line just got lower than the defensive front, and they were able to get their pads on them and move them backwards and create space for their running back to roam.
After the run by Jones, here's 1st and 10.
So don't say nothing.
Go. Shoot.
Looking to throw. Clifford. He completes it to Jones. And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play.
Okay, ready?
52's the mic. Check. 52's the mic. It's a party now.
6-6. Pull it high. Hey, Echo.
No. Check that. We got mic 52 right here.
Ready?
2nd and 11. Over the middle to Beckham. 20, 10, touchdown, Houston. Odell Beckham, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Texans push further out in front.
And remember, partner, that's a rookie quarterback back there. Apparently, he's getting the hang of this NFL thing pretty quickly.
Have 3 touchdown passes. You're right. He looks comfortable. What are they doing? Anything in particular?
Well, they keep talking about making sure they're giving him plays that fit his talents and also maybe shrinking the playbook a little bit. They did tell us that. Bottom line, he's really good.
After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. Fairly short kick, taken at the 14 here. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And with 3 interceptions thrown already, we'll see. Do they rely more on the ground game here?
They may have to change things offensively to try and settle things down, not just for the guy throwing the ball, but for the rest of the offensive unit, because his confidence has to be shaken a little bit. And you just wonder, is the backup going to start to warm up a little bit over on the sideline?
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. They'll tussle for it, and this is going to be caught. It's a pickup of 17 and a first down.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. Now a first down throw. Gone. Completes it to Aguilar. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. Boy, he ran free there after the catch as that winds up going for 38. Obviously, they're not where they want to be right now on the scoreboard. Big plays like that, though, that'll trend them in the right direction.
Yeah, a few more like that, they'll be right back in the game. And if they can continue to do that, maybe they'll inspire their defense as well and get a few stops.
Now, a throw to the end zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete. He was looking for Josh Reynolds that time, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
180.
Now they try the right side here. And he'll fight his way down right around the 12. He only got a couple on that one, so not a ton of help. They'll have a 3rd and 8 forthcoming. And the Texans have an extra defender in the secondary now on 3rd down. Now Goff. And it's caught. Touchdown. Nelson Aguilar there to make the grab as his guys are back within a single score. Those are the touchdowns that aren't just scored on Sundays or on Monday night. Those are the ones that are scored during the week because they had that preparation and a great route run.
Oh, I love that observation because you don't just roll out on game day and say, okay, go run this route and let's get it done. That means exactly what you said. The practice had to occur beforehand, which led to the timing, which led to the touchdown.
This is taken about 7 yards deep.
Set.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked. But you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
That's good for a Texan first down, a 12-yard pickup. When he runs, he seems to do a nice job of knowing when to be patient and find the hole, and then when the hole is there, he goes quickly.
You're exactly right. He knows how to just take off. But you know what else? Brings a little thump with him, doesn't he?
He does.
He packs the boom at the end of the run and finishes it going forward. That's what you want to see out of your backs.
Check 13. Check
61, matchbox lights. Hey, lock it.
And they'll keep on the ground with Jones. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
Brings up second and 11 at the 36-yard line.
Ready, set.
Come on. You better bring it.
Hey, exit.
Hey, like
Good job.
To throw on second down, Clifford. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's third down.
Incomplete. Brings up third down and 11.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Off play action. Clifford. He finds Taylor. Complete. And they stop him up short of the first down as they get him at about the 43. They get 7 there, but it brings up fourth. I hate to surrender the football when you're nursing a slim lead, but they're going to have to punt it away. Trust that defense.
It's the right play at this stage of the game as well. You don't need to press it here because you do have that little bit of a cushion, and you count on your D to make it stand up.
The Texans send the punter out as he'll punt it away for the second time. And not what he was hoping for there, as this will hit in the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 20-yard line.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
They still need about the length of the football here, maybe a little less as they come up on 2nd and inches. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a third down. Seems pretty obvious defensively a key was stopping the run game. How have they done it so successfully?
To me, it seems that these guys really did a nice job of paying attention during the scouting report meeting. And you know, Brandon, when they do those, they talk about the top plays that these guys like to run. The best runs for the top running back, those are the ones you focus on and want to take away. And they've done that pretty successfully in this game.
It's complete to Diggs. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. His second catch of this wild card game, and it goes for a first down. Goff now, a perfect 8 for 8 to start the second half. Not bad. 1st and 10. Goff now looks to throw. And he will find his man on the outside. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or two shy of the 40. Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last two plays. So a 1st and 10 now in Houston territory at the 42-yard line. Goff. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. It's the former Patriot Devin McCourty.
I tell you, Brandon, it seems like this guy's been all over the field so far. That's his 2nd interception of the game. And so much of playing defense in the NFL, especially when it comes to defending the pass, is all about positioning and technique. And this is fantastic work on both fronts there.
They'll start the drive with a carry by Jones. They get him to the ground right on the cusp of the red zone after a pickup of 5 or 6. Got to figure now, after getting that turnover, they're just going to be happy to keep the ball on the ground, right?
This is where covering the football, taking care of the ball, all the ball security terms that have ever been used, they come into play for the guys on offense right now. Just take care of it, and they've got a good chance of ending up winning this game.
The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4.
You can't block me.
22 jet bomber, 22 jet bomber. Look, screen. Go.
Again, it's Jones. And he'll get this up to the 30-yard line. 10 yards there, good enough for a Texan first down. And I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely, you want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
It's out, baby. That's baby's out.
All that, and it only nets him a yard. It's 2nd down.
The goal of a wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen? Did not let him get downfield.
Ready?
Mike, 54's Mike. Check. Watch 54. Watch 54.
Hey, orbit.
It's our time. Right there. 54. Right there. Right there.
Leo.
No chance. Shit.
Fight.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Clifford caught left side. It's Beckham. 9 yards the pickup there, and it's a first down.
Another nice pickup through the air, and I think a lot of people might expect him to run the ball in this situation, Brandon, but with this lead, they're electing to throw the football. Swings, slants, quick outs, things that they consider safe.
Give me some. Here we go.
Now a first down carry by Jones. And they get to him after a gain of 6 to the 46. Well, at this stage, that's exactly what you want offensively. Good run on first down, stay in bounds, keep that clock rolling.
And look at that play chart that the play caller has in his hands right now. That's what you got to focus in on, because that's divided up by sections. And right now, he's looking at that 4-minute offense section. What running plays do we have to bleed down the clock and take care of the football? Right now, they're executing really well.
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football.
On plays like this, where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back, because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
Ready?
Throwing on 3rd and long. Clifford. He finds Beckham complete. A nice pickup of 23 on the 3rd down conversion. He's been the go-to guy. They needed a big play there on 3rd down. Went his way. It worked out.
Doesn't matter whether they've scouted it or that they think he's going to get the ball. He has a knack for finding his way open and completing the connection.
Pick it up, defense. Let's
Well,
go.
not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10.
Mike's by 4.
Back to throw. Clifford. This one into the hands of Kittle, the tight end. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up 2nd and 5 at the 36-yard line.
Let's go now.
4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game.
Watch the screen. Watch the screen. Watch the screen.
Ready up.
So it's Texans football as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over.
Rock it.
Watch safety screen. Watch safety screen.
On 2nd down, it's Jones. And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. It'll wind up being a loss of 2. And they're going to face a 3rd down.
3rd and 7.
Down. 18 Gator.
Check. Watch 54. Watch 54. I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you.
Look at me. Go. Bravo. Now.
From the gun, Clifford. And able to haul it in is Kittle. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down.
Set 50, plant. Target. Protein spill.
Check three.
You're out. Again.
On first down, Jones. This carry with the extra effort is going to get him stopped up just shy of the 10. Now a second timeout called for by the defense as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. So they come up on second down. If they can get another run like we just saw, would likely put an end to this thing. They'll go again to Jones. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. Now the defense will burn their third and final timeout as it comes with 1:04 left to go in the game.
Set, ready? 18 Gators. 54. 80 weapons.
You better bring it. I'm letting you know right now, you better bring it.
Check. Cross. Let go.
On third down, Jones. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. It'll be a gain of 4, but it won't be enough. It leaves him with a fourth down now.
A 26-yard attempt.
The kick by McManus is good. And that will push the lead up to double digits now at 10. So barring something extraordinary here in the closing stages, that field goal should just about put this one on ice.
Yeah, we've got to find 2 scores. So, we're not going to exactly move it over there yet. It can be done, but boy, it's going to be a little bit of a stretch for them, isn't it?
Yeah, they would have to move incredibly quick and have some luck, too.
First down and 10.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. They might be thinking this is close to a lost cause here. Got to play it out. What do they need to do?
Well, they have a thought process in mind already, but they can't get ahead of themselves. They know that they need...
They've got his man complete. Yeah, he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. That's good for 28 yards.
Partner, they're less than 2 minutes to go in the game, which means that this challenge was initiated by the fellas in New York.
And if you're the coach, you're thinking, thank you, New York. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. That'll be incomplete as the clock will stop with 14 seconds remaining. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. He's going to let it fly. And that'll be incomplete as it's knocked away. But a penalty flag is down. So who's this going to be on? Well, the crowd doesn't like that. Was going to bring up 4th. Now it's 1st.
They don't like it at all, do they? It brings them back into it, but really not in a positive way. Now they're angry. That can jangle a team a little bit as well. Pass interference ruined that series of downs.
And this is caught. So it's a late touchdown, but maybe too late. Still a little time left on the clock, however. Problem for them, they needed that score with a little more time left on the clock. I think just too little, too late now.
I would agree with that, and we're programmed never to say never. But in this case, we're asking a lot for them to even think they have a chance.
Oh, yeah, I'm coming. Oh, yeah, I'm coming.
One last throw here for Goff.
I don't think it takes much to call into their mind, right, why they went for 2 there, even though they were unsuccessful. With this type of a lead, what they're worried about, right, in less than 10 seconds on the clock, what they're worried about is just giving up the touchdown.
Yeah, on the kickoff return.
Yeah, so you go for it here to try and ensure yourself. Now they've got to make sure they cover it, otherwise they could actually lose.
Break. Mike, 54 is Mike. Check. Watch 54. Watch 54. Here we go.
They go down to a knee, and that will do it. They are moving on here in the playoffs. And a disappointing way to close out the season. Got into the playoffs, but couldn't really make any noise.
Still a good season. Some might call it a great season when they get away from it a little bit. But they also will all look at their own errors, their own mistakes, and wonder how they could have played a little bit better. So if they get in this position again, they'll be ready to win.
So that'll do it for my partner, Charles Davis, and the